vocabulary words that we have been going over. And I think I heard somebody say it, and this is why we have a net, right? So, like I just heard, predator. Predator. If I had a net, what would I be? Would I be the thing that's coming into the net, or right now the one that's grabbing the net? I'd be grabbing it, right? Because what am I doing? I am the predator. I am looking for the prey, right? Correct. So, since we learned that, now we're going to extend it into a food chain, okay? But let's keep in mind that food chains come in different varieties or in different types of food, right? Just like us right now that we like, some of us like Chinese, some of us like Italian, some of us are more to McDonald's or Chick-fil-A. It's okay, right? We all like food. So here we're going to talk about the food chain in a rainforest, okay? So it's not going to deal with fish, it's not going to deal with the huge killer whales that we were talking about last week or anything, okay? So, first of all, can anybody please tell me where we get our energy from? By energy, teacher, what do you mean by energy? Like, does it mean that I could just drink some Powerade or Gatorade? No, what I mean is just on Earth. How do we get our energy? Remember, we went over this, so I know you all know it. Correct. I heard somebody say it. It is the sun, right? It gives us energy, right? Because if, let's say there were no sun, how would we be? We'd be in total darkness. Would we be awake? Yeah, we'd possibly be awake, right? Because there's a lot of people here that pull all-nighters. Maybe, possibly. But we do need our energy because the sun gives off energy sources, okay? For us to actually do work, for us to wake up and actually have energy to go run or to go play, okay? Maybe read a book, but that sometimes doesn't happen, right? With all the fun stuff that we have to do. Okay, so we get our energy from the sun. Therefore, our energy source is the sun, okay? Now, besides us getting energy from the sun, what else gets energy? Maybe some plants, don't you think? If there were no sun, what are the sources that a plant needs to survive? Water, air, sunlight, correct? Yes. So, therefore, instead of saying plants, because oil is a plant, they're also termed as producer. Okay, can everybody say it with me? Producer, okay? Just when you say the word, producer means it's going to produce energy, right? It's already getting its energy source from the sun. Now it's going to produce more energy for things here on Earth, plants, animal life, okay? So right here, can anyone please tell me what this is? Because I know it's not a dog, or it could be a cat, or I don't know. What do you all think it is? It's a flower, of course. Teacher's being silly. So, food chain. We're going to start with a producer, which is a flower, right? And notice that the flower is on the grass. Without the grass, can we have a flower? No, unless it grows on dirt. I don't know. I don't think any of y'all have seen that. Now, have you? No. Well, maybe, right? If we have it in a pot. But right now we're talking about the earth. So, right here, our producer would be a flower, okay? Now, it got its energy from the flower. Now, how could that energy be flow into an animal? Is it possible? As in, what can eat grass or what can eat a flower? Can anybody tell me anything? Okay, I hear a lot of good responses. And I heard somebody say the picture that I have right here. Can anybody please tell me? This is Bambi, or the deer, right? Okay, so the deer. Does the deer eat the flower? Yes, right? So it eats the flower. Now, since we said that the plant and the grass is a producer, does this produce it? This is producing energy, and nutrients it has from the earth. What about this? What is it doing? Is it just looking at it? What's it doing when it sees the grass? It eats it, right? So, because it's eating it, it's consuming the energy, okay? And by this, we mean primary consumer. I'll let you know why primary in just in a little bit. But this would be considered a consumer, okay? What is it doing? It's consuming the energy from the grass. Okay, now, okay teacher, we see that. Okay, now the deer eats the grass. Okay, but now I ask you this. Can a deer be eaten? Of course, right? Like during hunting season, whenever we all go and we like hunt for deer. Because I know some of y'all have heard of hunting, right? Or you've seen TV shows or something. Okay, but right now we're talking about a food chain in the rainforest. Okay, so what can eat a deer? Can anybody please tell me? And in response, it's okay. I could say maybe besides a human, a tiger, right? Do we see tigers here though? No, well maybe, like if you're hiding it, but I would say to be careful, right? So a tiger would eat a deer. What is this? Is this a producer or is this a consumer? What is it doing to the deer? It's eating it, therefore it is consuming it. Okay, so primary consumer. What do you think this next one's going to say? Does it say producer or consumer? Consumer, right? Notice that now it says secondary consumer, right? Okay, now what we're going to do, now that it actually ate the deer got the energy from the grass got it from the energy source, which is the sun. Okay? In those terms, if you think about it, the tiger is known as a scavenger as well. Okay? A scavenger, we have gone over it, is when it eats like the dead animals that are there. Some of these do that. Okay? But did you know that the tiger that's a scavenger, also known as a scavenger, is also known to be a decomposer? Okay? By decomposer, you may say, okay teacher, what is that? Decomposer. Okay, what comes to mind when I say that? Decomposer. When I think of that, I think of a garbage truck. I don't know why. Decompose, like it's just like you're disposing it, right? So when you think about it, whenever the lion or the tiger, eats the deer, you think a tiger is clean, that okay, I'm gonna eat everything because I don't want anything like little random things that the deer has to just be left there. Well, know that a tiger, also a worm, are known as decomposers because it eats the waste that a tiger has eaten, a scavenger, also a decomposer, and it goes again to the top, to the producer, and it starts the cycle all over again. Teacher, what do you mean? I don't understand you. Okay, first, let's start from the beginning. The energy source, which is the sun, gives off energy to the grass, known as the producer, right? Because it's starting this chain. The chain starts right here. So once the producer starts, it's going to a deer, known as a consumer. Now, once it's here with the consumer, what's the next one? Producer, consumer. Consumer. Why? Because it is eating the deer. This is also known as a scavenger or a decomposer because, okay, the tiger, and also a worm, as little as a worm, because it eats the basically like the dead things that has already been left behind. Like I know some of you all have seen the scavengers, like the birds that actually go around and they eat like the dead animals. Those are the ones that we see mostly here, right? But know that, of course, the worms, I don't know if you've seen maybe movies that they see that they eat like the dead animals, and of course the tigers do as well. Okay? So now let's go over this one more time. The food chain begins where the energy. Okay, if you notice, okay, here is a, what does this look like? What are we talking about? The food chain. So this would be food chain, right? This is starts with the grass. Now, notice this is the energy source. Do you think the string could represent energy? Yes, right? Because it's starting from 1. The energy that it has is producing a primary consumer, which is the first one, then a secondary consumer, because it can still be eaten, and then a decomposer. It's also known because it starts all over again, okay? So after that, we are basically going to see that our energy from the sun goes all the way to decomposer, and that is a food